Hello, students. How are you? I hope you all are well at your homes. I welcome you all in our 7th standard history class. In last session, we studied about material sources from first chapter. Today, we are going to learn written sources and oral sources, the remaining part of our first chapter. Written sources. We know about significant historical events in the medieval period from sources like the writing styles of scripts like Devanagari, Arabic, Persian, Modi, etc. As also from the varieties of different languages, Bhujpatras, religious manuscripts, treatises, edicts, decrees, biographies, paintings, etc. We can gather information about the food items, attire, conventions, and rules of conduct of the people, festivals, and about people's life, etc., from these sources. Sources of this type are called written sources of history. During this period, travelers from other countries came to India. They have written travelers or accounts of their travels. Some of them are Al-Biruni, Ibn Battuta, Niccolo Manucci. Babar's biography, Sri Shiv Bharat, or the Sanskrit biography of Shivaji Maharaj, composed by the poet Paramanand, as well as various other biographies of different rulers and their correspondence, help us to understand the policies and administrative systems of the rulers and their diplomatic relations with others. Tawarik or Tariq means the sequence of events. Tawarikhs written by Al-Biruni, Jadin Barani, Maulana Ahmad, Yahya bin Ahmad, Mirza Haider, Bhimsen Saxena, etc. are available. Bakhar is a type of chronicle that originated in Maharashtra. Chronicles help in understanding aspects like the contemporary political happenings, linguistic transactions, cultural life, social conditions, etc. Many of the chronicles in Marathi were written many years after the events had occurred. As a result, they are seen to rely on hearsays. Some of these chronicles are Mahikawatichi Bakhar, Sabasad Bakhar, Chitnisachi Bakhar, Bhausaibachi Bakhar, etc. The works of contemporary Western historians like Robert R. M.C. Sprengel and Grant Duff. Oral sources. We understand various aspects of folk life through folk literature, traditionally passed on from generation to generation. Some examples are ovis, folk songs, povadas, folk tales, legends, and myths. Such type of sources are called oral sources of history. Do you know the Povada of Tanaji? Given is an extract from a Povada composed by Tulsidas Shahir. He portrays the Kundhana campaign in it. The Povada contains beautiful character sketches of Tanaji, Shelar Mama, Shivaji Maharaj, Veer Mata Jizabai, etc. Writing history. History is written with the help of the three types of sources mentioned above. Even after it has been written down, research on it goes on continuously. New sources and information come to light through this research. Then, history has to be rewritten accordingly. We can see that our history books and those of our parents and grandparents differ to a certain extent. Evaluating the sources of history. It is necessary to take certain precautions before using these sources of history. We have to examine their authenticity and see which are genuine and which are fake. Their quality can be determined with the help of internal standards. We also have to study the integrity of the writer, their personal interest, the period in which they live, and the political pressures on them. It is also important to see whether they rely on hearsay or give an eyewitness account. We need to consider the exaggerations, metaphors, and other literary devices they use. Their information has to be verified with the help of other contemporary sources. The information may be one sided, contradictory, or exaggerated. It has to be seen in a proper perspective. The sources have to be subjected to a critical analysis. The author's impartiality and neutrality are very important in writing history. I hope you all have understood. Thank you. Bye bye.